Yep.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Way Too Freaky podcast. I am one of your hosts, Arya Petrocelli, comedian, storyteller, and believer. Joining me, as always, is my good friend and co-host, magician, entertainer, and skeptic, Christopher Somoza. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for our topic today. Something a little bit more lighthearted than our last one.
Yeah, it's really the first time that we're getting into the actual format of the show. Whereas the first episode was kind of like, we're gonna do a special thing.
Yeah.
But this is like the meat and potatoes of what we're wanting to do.
This is episode 2, BB!
Yeah.
We're doing the thing.
Oh, the movie The Thing? I love that movie. We should.
We should watch. We should do a second podcast where we watch movies. I'm sure that'll go great.
Probably, actually.
So before we get started, is there anything that you would like to tell the audience about yourself, or anything you want to say before we get going with today's story? Today's topic is going to be mine.
Yeah. So, like Arya said, this is so my name is Chris Moza, magician, skeptic, all that good stuff. Like she pointed out last week, I laid out the topic. This week she's laying out the topic, and each week we're going to give each other a different topic that we may or may not be familiar with. We don't know because we aren't going to be told ahead of time what the topic is, and if we have been told, we are told not to research it. So because of that, she has told me about the topic, or at least the name of the topic before, but I honestly don't even remember the name of it.
That's right. And you had said you knew nothing about this, so it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's do farther and get to it. So we are beginning our story today in the 1930s. Okay, so we're going way back, 1930s. Isle of Man. Do you know where the Isle of Man is?
No.
No.
I've heard of it. I've heard that name a bunch, but I have no clue anything about it.
So it's a pretty cool and interesting thing. It's a little principality, self-governing thing. It's a tiny little bit of land in between the UK and Ireland.
Gotcha.
If you look it up, it's like when you look it up, the like little dot to say it's here is bigger than the island.
Yeah, you keep using terms like tiny and little, and I'm just saying if it's the Isle of Man, they don't appreciate that. Okay? You're gonna want to at least, use some more colorful terminology, like, it's a grower,
It's a grower. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm sorry, Isle of Man. Please, I'm sure you're a lovely place to be. Continuing on with what I wrote, that tiny, in all caps, little patch of land in the channel between England and Ireland. Now, in the world at this time, the 1930s, we have such historical happenings such as the Great Depression is raging on in the United States. Klein Tomberg discovers Pluto. The Star-Spangled Banner becomes the U.S. national anthem. Al Capone is convicted of tax evasion. The Loch Ness Monster is sighted. And in the later end of the 30s, of course, World War II will begin. But all of that is dwarfed by the story I'm going to be telling today.
Really?
Yes.
Even a guy getting arrested for tax evasion? That's exciting stuff.
It's lower than this.
Wow, that's crazy.
Today, I will be telling the story of a talking mongoose whose name is Jeff.
Jeff the Mongoose, Jeff the Talking Mongoose.
Jeff the Talking Mongoose.
Okay, understandable. This, I'm not going to lie, sounds like this would have aired on Nickelodeon in the early 90s.
I'm Jeff the Talking Mongoose.
I'm kind of bummed that it didn't.
Maybe it did. It's possible. So this is a very popular supernatural story. So it's possible that it's been shown up in Billy and Mandy. I don't know if it actually has or not.
They have Jeff the spider. They have Jeff the giant talking spider.
Okay. Do you know how they spell it?
Jeff, I think.
Okay, see, that's wrong. That's wrong. Jeff the Mongoose. Just, add to his mystique.
Oh, God. Is it Geof or whatever?
No, it's not even. It's G.
He's not one of those.
E-F.
Oh. Okay, that's worse. That's worse. I'm sorry. If there's any Jeff listening to this podcast that has their name spelled that way, don't listen to the podcast. We don't want you. We don't want you here.
Please show it to your friends, though.
Yeah.
Before we get started getting into the meat and grits of the story, I want to shout out to my sources. Thank you to Stephen Tucker with Atlas Obscura, Aaron Blackmore at National Geographic, Allison Meyer at Hyperallergic, and as well the boys down at the Chilluminati podcast for all of their amazing research into this topic, allowing me to get a lot of meat for this story and a lot of facts ready to go. So, with that, you ready to get into it? You ready to meet Jeff?
I'm ready to meet Jeff.
Okay. So, the Irving family. James Irving, Margaret Irving, and their 13-year-old daughter, Voria.
I hope that you just pronounced it perfectly, and that's the way that it's pronounced.
Hang on. I am going to send this to you.
That's 2 sentences long.
It's like Old Gaelic / like Welsh, so...
Yeah.
There.
Send it in the
Voira?
Voire.
Voire?
Okay, hold on. Gonna get Google to help us out with this. Okay.
Just saying, in the future, we're gonna mispronounce things all the time on this show.
Oh, 100%. But I think that this is actually fun to pronounce.
Pronouns?
No, not that. Let's see. Okay, I was about to find out from the AI overview. Fuck that.
Boo.
Let's see what we got here. What? Oh, it's pronounced like sorry. It's Vari.
Vari. Yeah. Okay, Vari. Got it. So we have James Irving, Margaret Irving, and their 13-year-old daughter, Vari. A simple family who had just moved in to their farmhouse called Dorlish Cashen.
Okay, you want me to figure out how to pronounce that one?
I mean, if you want to. I feel like I may have been close.
I'm messing around.
I think we're good. I think we're good with that one.
Every few seconds, we're like, let's figure out how to pronounce this.
I am going to
get through the sentence.
Send you a photo of this building.
Very quaint.
Explain it to the audience.
Yeah, it's painted in black and white. It's very bold choice. I wouldn't have necessarily gone with that, but hey, and you know what? It matches their outfits, which are also black and white. It matches the sky and the ground. This is a black and white image. My bad. That's a mistake. That's embarrassing on my part. Yeah, no, it's a 2-story house. It's really. There's not much to it, honestly.
There's really not.
Normally, like it honestly, okay. It looks like if somebody tried to sculpt out of clay a model of a house off memory, and did not have a lot of time, because there's like no windowsills, no window frames. The windows are flush. I don't even know if there's glass in the windows. It doesn't look like the roof doesn't really hang off the end except for the very ends, but not the sides. Mm-hmm. It's all like everything is flush with itself.
It looks very much like when a kid draws a house.
Yes, that's exactly it. There's no features that are giving it details that you would like that you would think of. Yeah, like it's just. But when you see it, you notice that it's missing. Probably a place where a guy named Jeff the Mongoose would love to live, but like I don't know. We'll
find out. We'll find out. Also,
there's also like a lack of windows on the second floor.
There is, which is strange. There's a just whole side of the house there that looks like it doesn't even exist.
It's weird. There's a whole side of the house where there's one window on the bottom, on the first floor, off to the very side. So it's like there's no like symmetry to anything.
No, it's a very strange house. Also shown in the picture there is James and his daughter standing right there. Looked like very common Isle of Man people in the 1930s. Now, in 1917, James and Margaret Irving moved into this home, where they would soon be joined by their baby daughter, Vari. Life there was peaceful and beautiful, but it would not stay that way forever. We're now skipping ahead in time 14 years to 1931. So, Voiry was born in 1918. So 17 years since her birth, 14 or 13 years since her birth, 14 years since they were married. So she is 13 right now. Keep that in mind. The family was living a peaceful day as you would on any farmstead. It is the beginning of September, the edge of summer and autumn, when the Irvings began to hear a strange tapping and banging noise. Now, Chris, you're James Irving. You're sitting in your little farmstead with your family and you hear this tapping. What are you thinking?
I mean, burglar, I'm going to shoot him.
Yeah, you're freaked out.
America.
So they start searching around the house, trying to figure out where the noise is coming from, and they cannot find anything. And it just... Eventually, it goes on for days. Like, not the whole day, but it shows up, like, every day. This weird little, like, tap, 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 tap. Eventually, this tapping noise, which is on the other side of the walls, is soon followed by a gurgling noise, which James Irving, father and owner of the homestead, said, "It sounded like those of a baby learning to talk."
Gotcha.
What does that sound like? The gurgling of a baby learn.
Yeah. Let's see. He said gurgling, so I'm just like imagining like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird.
Probably
it's weird.
Like
I at this point would be like, "What the? I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
Bye, house.
Yeah.
See ya."
Either one of those noises, I think, unless there happens to be a baby trying to learn how to talk in the house, I'd say we're probably done.
Which I feel like that's just as worrying.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's supposed to be there.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Over time, these noises persisted, and the Irvings could not find a source. Eventually, the noise started mimicking the Irvings and their conversations, almost like a parrot. When the time came that the noise could now form its own sentences, is when the story takes a turn. What are you thinking we are dealing with here right now? We got this mimicking voice.
Talking mongoose?
A talking mongoose? It's the best answer, right?
Yeah.
Well, the voice introduced itself.
Was it a mongoose? I can't remember. Did you say it was a mongoose?
I did say it was Jeff the Talking Mongoose. The voice introduced itself, and I'm going to send you a quote from it here, Chris, that I would like you to read out in your best high-pitched mongoose voice.
Best high-pitched mongoose voice. Okay, I gotta really channel the idea of a mongoose.
Jeff the Mongoose. What is he?
Okay. So high-pitched.
Mm-hmm, yep.
And very mongoose-like. Okay. I'm Jeff, the ghost of a mongoose. He had been born in... Oh, that's not part of the sentence. He'd been born in Delhi, India, on Monday, June 7th, 1852. He added, "I shall haunt you with your weird noises and clanking chains."
Yeah.
How did I do? Was that good?
That was perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah, I could have probably gone higher pitch.
Yeah, I think
I didn't want to train my voice.
No, it's absolutely. That's good.
I tried.
So this voice is saying that it's gonna haunt them, and it's this mongoose from Delhi, India, that was born in 1852. So it's 1930 now. So that means that mongoose is what? Quick math, 80 years old?
Wait. Yeah. Thereabouts. It's an old mongoose.
That's an old ass mongoose. I don't even know how long mongooses,
Mongai? Are they Mongai?
tend to live.
All right, I'm figuring it out right now. I'll be your little fact checker here.
All right.
But continue.
So already you could guess that this would freak out the Irvings, and it did at first. But over time, the Irvings began to accept him as part of their lives, which was fine with Jeff, as he allegedly stated, quote, once again, Chris. Oh, I didn't press send. That's on me.
This home, it suits me.
It's starting to sound a little bit more like Kronk. Is that Patrick Warburton?
I don't think I was going for that at first. Admittedly, the voice originally I was thinking like Bob's Burgers.
Oh yeah.
And then it just started slowly going into Kronk's.
You know what?
So
you know what? Patrick Warburton, the talking mongoose. I love it.
Yeah. On a side note, according to the Smithsonian National Zoo and Conservation Biology Institute, the lifespan of a banded mongoose, I don't know if it distinguishes here, but live around 10 years in the wild and up to 17 years in human care.
So not 80.
So and then the wild, less than 50% survive to 3 months of age.
Damn,
that's crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah. And I tried to avoid the AI overview, but it corroborates that. It says approximately 10 years in the wild, lifespan can range from about 7 to 12, depending on the species and threats like predation and disease. So yeah.
So there we go. So we have this weird 80-year-old mongoose saying that this home suits me. And though it suits him, he also stated this.
I have been to nicer homes than this. Carpets, piano, satin covers on the polished tables. I'm going back there.
So, the story of a talking mongoose, of course, is going to...
He's kind of a dick.
He's kind of a dick, isn't he?
Yeah. Like, he also, he does the, what is it called, when, like, guys are trying to woo a woman and they give, like, a compliment and then immediately insult, or the opposite.
Backhanded compliment?
Yeah, I think it's called, like the nag or something. But
Okay,
it's called,
yeah.
There's something else to it, but... It's basically because he's like, this home, it suits me. And then he goes, I've been to nicer homes than this. You know, I'm going back there.
He's a dick. He's not that nice of a mongoose. And this mongoose, the news of it spreads fast. Soon tabloids all over the Isle of Man are stating headlines such as, Man Weasel, Mystery, Grips Island, and House Possessed by Mongoose. And even one headline, after a number of investigators had looked into the phenomenon, the doctor had the cure for one noisy ghost, but he was stumped by the mongoose that talked.
Wow. They don't make headlines like this.
They don't. It's honestly a shame.
Yeah.
Now,
that's crazy.
An interesting part of the story is the relationship that Jeff had with the family. While many attempted to investigate Jeff's existence, the only ones that he would ever talk to, seemingly, was the Irvings.
Oh, of course.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Of course. What do you mean?
Oh, it's nothing. I just, one of the things that I find most in the paranormal, like, that you've got a real paranormal supernatural thing when they cannot show anybody else and you have to take their word for it. Like, and I mean that as in, it's true because every single one is like that. It's like, yeah, I've got a elephant that shits gold, but if the problem is he told me, and he can talk now too, that if I showed him to anybody else, he would just vanish into dust. So I can't show you. unfortunately. I can't show you the gold either.
I believe you. I fully believe you. Well, to put your mind at ease that these people could be lying to us, I just sent you.
Oh, I perish the thought. I never would have suggested that. I said it was mostly true. I'm sure it's very true because it's just like every other story I've heard.
Exactly. And just to add to that truth, I just sent you a quote from another article that one reporter wrote.
Gotcha. So this is not the Mongoose.
This is not the Mongoose. This is a reporter.
So I've got to.
This is a reporter from the Isle of Man, in between Ireland and the UK. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I've got to get that accent down.
Yeah.
Okay. The people who claim it was the voice of the strange weasel seem sane, honest, and responsible folk, and not likely to indulge in a difficult, long, drawn-out, and unprofitable practical joke to make themselves the talk of the world. I like that guy. I like that guy's words, and his voice is very comforting. So
it is. It's a nice voice.
Yeah,
makes me feel like
I trust him.
fully trust him. Let's see here. Where was I? When the family attempted to ask about the appearance of Jeff wasn't very open to it at first.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Wait, so yes, Jeff has shown himself off as a mongoose. Or he's shown himself off. Said he is a talking mongoose from Delhi. What are you thinking Jeff is at this point in time?
Okay, so I guess that I never fully processed the fact that this being a ghost of a mongoose means that they haven't seen Jeff. They've only heard him.
They've only heard Jeff.
Gotcha. So it's every possibility because Jeff is an asshole. By the way, it says I am Jeff, and it says GEF. Did he clarify how his name was spelled, or did they just?
Know. I don't know.
I don't. It'd be. I could believe this guy Jeff would do that. He'd be like, I am Jeff. GEF. By the way, don't misspell it.
I could. This guy seems very. Don't you dare misspell my name.
No. Yeah, no. My mom gave me this name so it would be impossible to find souvenirs for me at theme parks.
My Mongoose mom.
Yeah, my mom goose. So, well, maybe that's where we're at. Maybe it's maybe it's not actually a mongoose. Maybe there's a misunderstanding. Maybe it's a goose who's Jamaican.
Nope.
I don't know if that needs to be cut, but
oh no. And there it goes. It was a good run, everybody. Jeff liked the family so much, he would kill rabbits for them.
Oh, so he did like the family.
Yeah, he liked them.
Just didn't like the house.
Yeah,
He's been a nicer one.
It was a nice house, but he liked the family. They seemed pretty cool. He would kill rabbits and bring them dead rabbits.
Okay.
It's a helpful,
That's good.
helpful mongoose.
Honestly, I have a lot of friends, close friends who don't kill rabbits and bring them to me. So, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I would bring you a dead rabbit, Chris.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep, very important.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, the family extensively were trying to understand what Jeff was, and at one point finally got him to describe himself. And this is what he said.
You're just wanting me to read this kind of shit, that's all. You're wanting audio clips of me reading these kinds of weird things.
Clip it!
All right. Oh gosh, I almost went for Bob's Burgers again.
You did.
I'm a freak. I have hands and I have feet. And if you saw me, you'd faint. You'd be petrified, mummified, turned into a stone, or a pillar of salt, or a llama. So he just described a person.
Did he?
I mean, not every person has hands and feet, but
But he didn't describe a mongoose.
he didn't. Well, I mean, mongai have hands and feet. I mean,
So
and they are kind of a little freak.
they're a little freaky. A little freaky. In fact, you know what? At this point, I think this is a good time for me to send you an illustration that was actually drawn by the family.
Okay.
Or an artist impression based on what Vori told them of Jeff the Mongoose. Let me see if I can pull that from this site.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just looking up mongoose facts.
Good, good. You're going to have all the mongoose facts. There we go. All right.
Oh my gosh, check this out. Some species of mongoose can learn simple tricks and are kept as pets to control vermin. They learn simple tricks. Maybe this is a mongoose who learned how to speak as a simple trick.
He just learned how to speak. That's it.
Yeah.
This is what
right.
Jeff the Mongoose apparently looks like according to Vori.
Now I'm gonna cross-reference this with a photo of a mongoose that I'm looking at on my screen.
Okay, okay.
I mean, it's not. It's not
a mongoose.
It's not too far off in likeness in many ways, but in other ways, it's very squirrel-like.
It is, isn't it? It's got that big bushy tail.
Yeah, there are some breeds of mongoose that I'm looking at that do have kind of a bushy tail. This first one, like, an Egyptian mongoose is that's pretty close.
Look up a
The
mongoose from
eyebrows,
Delhi,
dude. What?
Look up a Indian mongoose. He's from Delhi.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, a Delhi mongoose.
So to describe the art of Jeff is Chris is very right. It's a very squirrel-like body, very squirrel-like head with these like big luscious eyelashes that come out in front of his eyes, and then this just long bushy tail that goes into a darker at the end, and it just has little tiny hand feet in the front, and then he's kind of doing a downward dog, so his feet are up in the back.
Yeah, and then this, by comparison, is the like apparently an Indian gray mongoose. It's not too far off.
It's really not. Link's in the doobly doo. Like,
yeah,
that's pretty close. That's pretty close.
It's going to town on a snake.
It is. It is. It's nomin.
Yeah,
it's crazy. That's a brave mongoose. Jeff, bunnies. This guy,
crazy eyebrows.
Snakes.
Yeah.
What about crazy eyebrows?
It's missing the crazy eyebrows, and like, I mean, and I can say that as somebody who has like unruly eyebrows myself.
Yes.
Like, I know crazy eyebrows. I don't know, maybe, but like other photos don't look like it's. Here's the thing: if it does have crazy eyebrows, it is not a distinct enough feature that if I was drawing it, I would add it onto the image like this. This guy has some James Randi ass eyebrows, and if anybody's seen James Randi before, you know who I'm talking about. That is the example right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
now
I'm now saying the other quotes that you're wanting.
Yes. So, now a weird thing about Jeff is he's a talker, as you're starting to see.
I said, oh, there's a weird thing.
Yeah, there is. It gets just a little weird, just a little bit.
God.
He contradicts himself a lot. For instance, he once said, the first quote, go ahead and take it away.
I'm a ghost in the form of a weasel, and I shall haunt you with the weird noises and clanking chains.
Mm-hmm. We mentioned that earlier. That was his first weird threat to the family, I guess.
Yeah, that was his introduction. That, you know, you got to make a good first impression, and that's what he went with.
But then later on, he says,
whoa. I am not a spirit. I'm a little extra clever mongoose, that is. I'm
He's
adding words for
paraphrasing.
those of you listening. It literally says I'm a little extra clever mongoose. There's a comma,
There
so
is.
there's a little bit like
They're extra.
a little spiciness there.
Extra. Oh yeah. This guy's he's a little spicy.
Yeah. If I were a spirit, I could not kill rabbits. Yeah, I mean that's true.
So
You got me there.
which is it though? He's a ghost in a weasel form, but he's not a ghost. He's not a ghost. He's just an extra clever mongoose.
Now, even though they look like weasels, are Mowgli's, are they part of the weasel family?
Mowgli didn't have a family, but as far
True.
as the mongoose saroos go, I don't. I think they're part of like because they're like rodents, right? Weasels and mongai.
Oh, okay. The AI overview.
Okay.
Take that with a grain of salt. Says no, mongooses are not weasels, and they use mongooses, which I think that they're wrong about that.
Yeah,
part,
obviously.
whatever. They are not weasels. They are not closely related and belong to different suborders of carnivores. Interesting. There's A to Z animals.com that says 8 key differences between a weasel and a mongoose. So yeah, I mean, weirdly enough, Jeff doesn't even seem to understand that he's not a mongoose or a weasel.
No.
That's wild.
And Jeff, as well, as time goes on, starts becoming more and more antagonistic, and begins taunting the family. Yeah.
Wow.
At one point, he tells James, the father, this.
You are as thick in the head as a lump of curry.
And
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what kari is. I'm assuming it's like a plant or like a crop on the Isle of Man, or maybe it's from India. Maybe it's from India. Hang on. Oh, here it is. Wow, when I just do that happens. That's cool. Technology. I highlighted it and it automatically brought up a link. It's a tree.
I love that. It's great.
It's a tree in New Zealand. It's a really
cool.
thick tree in New Zealand.
Okay, so this is a mongoose, a talking ghost mongoose weasel from Delhi that is haunting the Isle of Man near Ireland and referencing a tree that's in New Zealand.
Yeah.
This guy gets around.
He really does. He's well traveled.
I don't want to preemptively say this, but I'm starting to not believe this story, Arya.
What do you mean? This is This is a true story. This is 100% true. It dwarfs every other historical happening I mentioned earlier in the show.
This 100% happened and was not made up by this family.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Now, once Margaret was undressing at the end of the day, and Jeff began to call out the name of each piece of clothing as she took it off.
So he's a creep.
He's a creep. That would make me incredibly uncomfortable. Now, when confronted about his demeanor, Jeff said this.
Remember to press send this time. There you go.
I sent it.
Whoa! I'm using colorful language on this. I'm not evil. I could be if I wanted. You don't know what damage or harm I could do if I were roused. I could kill you all, but I won't. I think that there's another celebrity whose voice I could be using that fits this a little bit better. And, it's just something about the mannerisms that, I'm not good at the celebrity's voice, but I feel like I might not even need to say who it is. So,
All I'm going to say is that hair does look strangely like a weasel.
Yeah. In fact, there is, gosh, let me look this up real quick. Go ahead and continue.
Okay. So this is starting to get kind of unsettling for the Irving family. I mean, this thing is now threatening that it could kill them. It's not gonna. No, not gonna, but I could.
No, no, no.
And very strangely now, Jeff demands a section of Vari's room to be partitioned off for himself,
Oh God.
as Vari was his favorite.
And this was the girl that he was checking out, like undressing.
This is the 13-year-old.
Okay,
This
then.
is the kid who
Gotcha.
is
I
the
will say, a good middle ground between the celebrity I was thinking of and the like weasel slash mongoose is this Pokemon called Gumshoe, which is very interesting. I will say,
Pop it up.
people have
Pop it up.
referenced. Yep. Like, wonder what happened to Gumshoe's ear. That's
Oh my god.
that's weird.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's crazy.
People have made this comparison for years, and then once that happened, people started posting this image going, what happened to his ear?
That's incredible.
It's
Oh.
it's crazy that there's a weasel character that already
This is now who I'm going to picture when I think of Jeff the Mongoose.
This is Jeff.
That's
Mongoose,
Jeff.
really.
That's Jeff. So yeah, this part of Vari's room has been partitioned off, and it is now called Jeff's Sanctum.
Ooh, that's even worse.
I know. Now, one time, he said to the family that this is how he feels about each of them.
God. I have 3 attractions. I follow Vari, Ma'am gives me food, and Jim answers my questions.
What happened? What happened, Jeff? You got a cold or something there?
Oh, what? No, that's just the voice I've always been doing. I don't know what you're talking about. Does it sound different?
That
might
sounded
be a little
exactly
stuffed up
the
a little
same to
bit.
me.
Yeah, yeah. 3
Um,
attractions. I follow Vari, who is the appropriate age, frankly.
oh man, we're gonna get sued. I can't wait. Cancelled. Now,
Fun.
this part of the room being partitioned off would, of course, lead to many a sleepless night for Vari.
Oh, of course.
Not only is this thing apparently on the other side of this partition in her room, but she would hear it all throughout the night, muttering weird shit to itself that she couldn't even fully make out. But it's just muttering to itself constantly throughout the night. Pretty freaky.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, of course.
At one point, the parents attempted to move her bed into the room, but this greatly angered Jeff. He screeched. It is stated by James that Jeff screeched this after they moved her bed.
I'll follow her wherever you move her.
Perfect.
I'll follow her.
That's a screech. That's a good screech.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it.
It's the best screech. There's no better screech anywhere.
Yeah. I'll follow her wherever you move her.
Now,
There.
it's said then by James that a great force began banging on the door of James, Margaret's, and now Vari's room. Like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Unlike that which could be caused by a small weasel.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Or
you're
ghost
expecting,
is always-
you can't move her, I'll follow her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, this is like the door is like warping in, and it's getting crazy.
Right. Yeah. A weasel can't do that. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous.
That's
A weasel,
crazy.
a ghost of a weasel can't even kill rabbits for you. Come on.
Unless he's just a very, very clever mongoose.
Oh yes.
Now, Jeff, as well, would say a number of things, almost insinuating that he was incredibly scientifically savvy on top of all of this.
Okay.
So he's been to Delhi. He's born in Delhi, lives in the Isle of Man. He's been to New Zealand, or at least knows about trees specific to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Once
He's a very smart man.
very
Weasel.
there we go. Once
Mongoose.
Mongoose. When James had been missing for a while, Margaret asked if Jeff knew where he was, as Jeff would occasionally speak about people in the town, as if he went around at times, and like he would like give them tea on people in the town.
He's a catty bitch.
He's catty. He's just sitting there with Margaret on the other side of the wall, sipping his tea. No, you're not gonna believe what Janice said about your cooking the other day.
Oh my gosh, she said that it tasted like swamp water. Her words, not mine.
However, when Margaret asked, he dryly replied,
I don't know. I have not got my magic phone.
so was Jeff's clairvoyance now due to some invisible technology? What are magic phones?
I don't. What are magic phones in like the 1960s as well?
30s! 30s!
1930s.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Yeah. 1930s.
So that's like the little, like, the pickup and the, like, put to the ear
Yeah.
type ones.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But it's his
That's-
magic phones, and he's using this to be why he doesn't know where James is. I don't know. I've not got my magic phones.
I have not got my magic phones.
And
That's crazy.
I'm getting to the end of the actual story here, and then we'll start talking about different theories and investigations that were put into it. But to lead us...
Oh, this isn't cut and dry?
I feel like it's pretty close, but you know. I will leave us here with Jeff's most absurd and my personal favorite quote.
All right, here we go. I will split the atom. I am the fifth dimension. I am the eighth wonder of the world. Those are all real things that it says on here. That one's not embellishing.
That is a quote from Jeff. It's like on, if you look at any different articles about Jeff, that is always the first quote that is like stated, because it's just wild. And I looked it up. He's talking about splitting the atom, right?
Yeah.
The idea of splitting the atom didn't exist until 1917, and even that, it wasn't about splitting the atom. It was about like taking an atom and turning it into two.
Okay.
Splitting the atom for the first time happened in 1931. What year is this taking place, Chris?
Oh God, now you're quizzing me on my memory.
You've been paying attention, right?
1960s.
1931.
1931.
The
Okay.
exact same year. How does this mongoose know about splitting the atom? Like, he's a very savvy mongoose.
Yeah, he's up to. Here's the thing: if he knows what's going on in town, I'm sure that he probably knows a little bit of something about what's going on in the government and everything. So,
Yeah.
He's well informed.
So, what actually happened? Before I start...
I have no fucking clue.
No clue. Yeah, talking mongoose. It's just a weird story. Now, this story was heavily investigated during its time. First by a bunch of different reporters and stuff on the Isle of Man. Again, I sent you that quote from them earlier saying, well, they seem like respectable folk, so I don't know if they're crazy or not. But eventually, the investigation would get picked up by some very influential and very respectable paranormal investigators. Reputable even.
Okay.
Such as Nandor Fodor.
What is it?
Nandor Fodor.
Mandor Fodor. This is not a Star Wars character, right?
It's not a Star Wars character. Although he is played by Simon Pegg in the movie that came out in 2021 about this guy. Nandor Fodor.
Wow.
I know, it's a Glubshido style name, but that's his name.
That's crazy.
Now, Nandor Fodor was a previous member of the Ghost Club. You know, the Ghost Club, which was a prominent paranormal investigation team in the UK at the time. He was an academic of the supernatural, and he investigated Jeff for a long time. Now, Nandor had this theory about poltergeists being connected to sex. And I don't mean that necessarily in having sex, but in that of people who are going through puberty tend to, in houses with a kid going through puberty, poltergeist activity tends to pick up. We see this happen like a lot. If you go and look at a lot of poltergeist activities and a lot of investigations, there's always a kid between the ages of like 11 and 14 who is involved with it somehow. And normally it's directly connected to whatever this thing is.
Yeah.
And so he posited that it was connected to that in some way. It wasn't a well-accepted theory at the time. It's one that I honestly, I kind of vibe with. Like the idea...
I will say... Sorry, all I was going to say is that follow-up points, something else that kids between the ages of, what was it again?
11, 14, we'll say.
11 and 14. Another thing that they have in common is kids between 11 and 14 also like fucking with people.
They sure do.
And making shit up and playing pranks on people. So, you know, I don't know if it's necessarily the right conclusion, but I thought that was interesting. Continue. Sorry.
It is interesting, isn't it? It is interesting. But even though Nandor was a prominent investigator and did everything he could to discover Jeff, he never witnessed him in his time there. Separately, a person named Harry Price, who was an exposer of paranormal hoaxes, that was his shtick, and R.S. Lambert, a member of the BBC at the time, also invaded the goings-on of Dorlish Cashin, but never discovered any definitive evidence of Jeff the Mongoose's true existence. But they also never were able to, prove it as a hoax, either.
Yeah, but honestly, though, that's the you can't prove it, disprove a negative kind of thing.
Exactly.
It's the, you can't, again, my gold shitting elephant,
How's he doing, by the way?
He's doing pretty great. He's just off camera. He hates that I'm making eye contact with him.
That's fair.
It frustrates him.
That's fair.
But I can't, obviously I can't show you him or else he'll dissolve into dust. But you can't disprove that he's there. There's no way to disprove that he's there.
No.
He's also very light. He doesn't make any footprints or sound when he walks around. So yeah.
That's impressive. He's a stealthy guy.
He is, yeah. And, again, because of it, just the virtue of him, I just can't prove that he's real, unfortunately. But I also, you can't prove that he's not real.
You're right, I can't. I'm not there. I can't see off your camera, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, they were never able to prove it. However, most believe it was, in fact, a hoax.
Damn. I who would have imagined that the public would not be receptive to Jeff, the talking mongoose weasel from New Delhi that's a ghost but not a ghost because he kills rabbits and ghosts can't kill rabbits for you, and also has references to other countries that he's possibly never visited before. I I just don't understand why people don't buy into that.
I know. Especially this guy that can talk about the splitting. He's gonna split the atom. He's the eighth dimension. He is, or he's the eighth dimension.
Yes, and the fifth wonder of the world. But he does have his limitations because
he doesn't have his magic phones.
Does not have got his magic phones.
Yeah, I haven't gotten them yet, so couldn't use it. The biggest piece of evidence to this being a hoax is the family did once submit hair samples that they claimed to be from Jeff. However,
the ghost.
Not a ghost. He can't kill rabbits. It's a ghost, remember?
Yeah. He was a ghost, but is not a ghost.
Exactly. But upon scientific examination, they discovered to more likely be from the family's sheepdog.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's unfortunate. I was really hoping that we had this here talking weasel thing all figured out.
But hang on. Because they still weren't able to prove it was a hoax. Could it be that the family was instead experiencing a mass delusion?
You know, okay. So we've talked about this before, and we're going to continue talking about this in podcasts.
I'm sure mass delusion conversations are going to come up so many times.
Yeah. All joking aside, I am somebody who much prefers to speculate ignorance over malice.
Yes.
Because it's so easy to say they're lying and they're bullshitting.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody can say that. It's not difficult. I think the more interesting thing is to say, okay, what if they aren't?
Exactly.
What if they are being misled? What if they truly do believe that this has happened?
Mm-hmm.
And what things can explain it still? Because again, like, you could write anything off as lying, and there's, in the same way there's no evidence to support this, there's no evidence to contradict that you're right, that they're lying.
Exactly.
But it's like it's better to take what they're saying and try to go, okay, what could have given this disembodied voice? What could have created those doors moving around so crazy? What could have peeked at their 13-year-old child while they were undressing? That I think they should really get to the bottom of. But
I genuinely like
the end of the day,
in the Chilluminati podcast, those boys talk about, what if this was just a dude living in their walls?
Yeah, for real. Like that is the, I think, more unsettling thing.
Yeah.
There is, and I'm not going to reference the exact movie. You know how you can be like, oh, this movie, but this is a spoiler for that movie.
Yes.
Me saying the name of this movie would be the spoiler.
Okay.
But there is a horror movie that follows that, basically that exact premise.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the twist at the end of the movie. It's really interesting how that kind of would be the case.
Exactly.
And then the sequel retconned it, which was stupid.
Well, they didn't retcon this because Vori was sturdy in her belief, steadfast, that Jeff was a real thing that her family experienced and went through. And she stood by that, never confessed to it being any sort of hoax or prank or anything, all the way until her death in 2005.
Gotcha.
So she never was like, yeah, I was a kid just messing around. Like, she stood by, no, this happened. So then, what was he? If we're going with the idea that this did happen, well, right. Another more mundane option is maybe Vori is secretly an extremely skilled ventriloquist. and is throwing her voice. And while that sounds crazy, there are other poltergeist hauntings in the past where children have done this. They've learned
Yes,
how to throw
absolutely.
their voice, or like I don't know the exact one, but there's one where like a girl would be like, knock 3 times, and she would pop her toe.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. It was a group of sisters. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot. The name of those sisters is escaping me, but that's exactly what was coming to my head when you were starting to talk about these potentials.
Yeah,
Um,
so maybe that's the case, and maybe Vori is very embarrassed by that. I mean, she's a woman from the 1930s. The idea that, like, her prank went this far.
yeah,
I could see a
the
person from that time
Fox
taking that.
sisters.
Ah, yes.
Yes, Fox, not Mongoose, not Weasel. Fox, Fox
Fox.
sisters.
I could see a person from that time taking that to their deathbed. But
Oh yeah, absolutely.
on the side of the non-mundane, maybe Jeff was a poltergeist connected to Voiri because she was going through puberty at that time, and the chemicals that she's going through created an energy that manifested in this strange entity. Or, hear me out, perhaps he was a time traveler.
Okay. Um, Time traveler. Maybe.
He has all
The
these
time traveling weasel.
that how maybe he has all these knowledge about splitting the atom and magic phones and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and places that he should have never been to. Maybe he's a time traveler, or maybe he's an alien.
Maybe. Ah, possibly. Yeah. Or maybe it's all fake.
Or maybe
I don't know about that one. Yeah.
he was just a very, very clever mongoose.
It could be just a very, very clever mongoose who is the fifth dimension
That's true.
and the eighth wonder of the world.
But
I am the most clever mongoose you've ever seen. I will. Hold on. I want to read some of those previous quotes. Now
some of the
that I've
first
got
ones, yeah.
nondescript one. I am Jeff, ghost of a mongoose, and I shall haunt you with weird noises and clanking chains. This home, it suits me. I have been to nicer homes than this.
Sure you
Carpets,
have.
piano, satin covers on polished tables, and I'm going back there.
Golden ballrooms?
What?
Golden
Oh yeah,
ballrooms?
golden ballrooms. Yeah, all of it. Yeah, paid for by me. The government will have to pay me back for it. The people who claim it was the voice of a strong, strange weasel. Oh, this is the other guy. Oh well. I do like this one. I am a freak. I have hands and feet. And if you saw me, you'd faint. You'd be petrified, mummified, turned into a stone or a pillar of salt. Did I do the last one?
He says a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
all of this is to say these things are certain. At the end of the story, here is the facts. The family never gave up that they were experiencing this. For all intents and purposes, from what we know, they believed this happened. Now, James Irving died in 1945. And Margaret and Vori left the home after the death of James, as they reportedly had to sell the farm at a loss because it had a reputation of being haunted. The man who ended up buying the land claimed to have never heard any voices or noticed any signs of the haunting. However, he did claim to kill a small weasel-like creature that he found on his land one day
He fucking killed Jeff.
with a shotgun. That's true. That's a true part of the story. This guy killed a weasel creature with a shotgun. And it
my
could be
God.
Jeff. It could have been Jeff.
Could have been Jeff. This could have been a fifth dimensional being that Yeah, could you imagine? This is Peacemaker all over again. Peacemaker season 2. What the fuck?
Oh my gosh. Well, despite all of the skeptics, as I said, Boiri never gave up that the family went through this, and I will leave us here with this final quote from the Irvings. Unfortunately, Jeff does exist. He is a cross we have to bear.
I don't know what's so it was too funny to me, just the idea of Jeff, like, take everything out of the equation. The sentence, unfortunately Jeff does exist. He is the cross we have to bear, is so melodramatic.
It's so metal.
Yeah.
And that's the story of Jeff the Mongoose.
Very good.
The Dolby Spectre.
Dolby Spectre. Yep. Well, that was interesting. I've never heard that story before.
There you go.
I don't know if I'm a believer.
that didn't get you? That didn't. Come on.
That didn't get me yet,
Get a
no.
little close. Just a little.
Oh.
Well, thank you everyone so much for tuning in to the Way Too Freaky podcast. Once again, my name is Arya. That's Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
We will be giving you new Way Too Freaky stories every other week, so be sure to tune in and share with your friends. Got anything else to say?
Yeah, don't trust interdimensional mongoose. We still haven't figured out how to pronounce it. I think it's mongooses. Don't trust weasels with being in your house. They're gonna prey on your 13-year-old child and may run for politics. I don't know. Anyways, good night.
Have a good one, everyone.
I hope you guys enjoyed.